Hi everyone and welcome to my deck profile for the French Open Mega Challenge, where I won with branded DESPIA, playing at 41, so I won these boxes. So I'm just gonna show you my deck list and then explain the unconventional choices I made. So for the start, just the normal stuff, like nothing to explain. This card is the best thing ever, better than Branded Fusion, and anyone that says this doesn't make layered end boards just doesn't know how to play the deck, in my opinion. I decided to play 2 Ecclesia because I wanted to max out starters, and it's just as fine to normal summon, special summon, summon the white, and do stuff. And second Ecclesia came up sometimes, and enough times actually to make it worthwhile. I will not cut the second one. Also for the same reason that it's a free special summon and it makes people scared, I think. Breaking one of them to special summon the second one, or whenever I wanted an Ecclesia on board and still get my second one to hand, was very good. So I really liked it, and I'm gonna stay this way, I think. 2 Ecclesia and 1 Quem. Nothing to explain. I just think 1 Quem is more than enough, and I don't really want to open it. Sometimes it's good, but most of the time you don't want to. I played 3 Eluber, of course. The goat. I thought about playing 2 Eluber, but I made the choice to cut 1 opening instead, because at least it's a light dark in rotation, which is pretty good. And since you don't normal summon in your Follow the White loop, it's alright. For the one-offs, I decided to play Kid Springens. I'm not so sure about this card. I think it was nice to special summon with Synchro Ecclesia sometimes when I had a Cartesian in hand. But otherwise, it's not something you want to open. I don't think I'm gonna cut it. Shrouded. For Shrouded, I used to think this card was useless for a long time, and honestly, I still think so. But I noticed my list lacked dragons, so playing it was alright. When I bricked and had this in hand, it's hard to choose what to foolish sometimes. It made me win 1 game with Granguinol sending this and going to Retribution in graveyard to get back Brand Fusion. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it, I think. This is mandatory. Out of all one-offs in this deck, I think this one was the MVP. Well, the second MVP, because there's another one I'm gonna show you. This is never gonna leave my deck. Mercury, forced to. I don't play Golden Sarcophagus because I hate opening both, and I think it was fine. And also having Tri-Brigade Mercury in rotation to add and stuff, it was pretty good. I don't think Golden Sarcophagus is mandatory. And I played the Golden Sword Soul. I do not play Omega and the Synchro, like the Omega lines stuff, but I think this card is the reason why Follow the White can make layered end boards. This made me win games, getting super polyed, like dropleted and stuff. Just making your end board layered, like for example, this summons Cartesia whenever you want. When they need to interact with like your Mirror Jade or your Synchro Ecclesia, they will droplet this instant, and then you have the ability to just, like with Granguinol in grave, which I put in grave. On resolution you have this, special summon Cartesia, Reborn Fallen the White with Renbrom and stuff, and you just do stuff, because the main enemy this format is Radiant Typhoon, not even Dracotail. Like Radiant Typhoon is just really hard, for this deck. Because the thing with Radiant Typhoon is that you cannot really play with your spell traps, so you maximize on monsters. The issue with playing with only monsters is that the droplets, the super polys, super poly a bit less, but especially droplet like really hurts. This I am not going to cut until maybe Radiant Typhoon is dead. And so yeah, I love this card. MVP of the deck. Now for the branded spells, this is not debatable. Like I've thought about playing 2, but this is just everything in this deck. This always has been, even before Burst Protocol. This was your best card in my opinion. I decided to play 2 openings because, like, opening Aluber and opening was so redundant, and this is one of your less good starters. Playing it 2, I never missed the third one, because sometimes you will actually add this with Albion when you want to have a Mirror Jade during the end phase. Opening at 2 was really good for me. Brand Fusion, this I'm not going to cut. This is like, in my opinion, this is the best push going second. Even going first sometimes. Like I would just do Fallen and Cliche, look at my hand and go, well, if they hash Brand Fusion, I have Fallen the Virtuous to combo anyway, so I'm gonna risk it. It goes through, well, you do your stuff and you're good. This makes really strong boards. In any other deck, you just send Albion to set another one. In this is so much. This card in this deck is not even balanced. Like, it's crazy how this just does +2 minimum. -1 your opponent, and in this deck you don't just send Albion to set another one during the end phase. Like, that's boring. You can send Titanic Land, you can send like Dogma to add like Mercurial during the end phase or something like that. Like, it happened once, but most importantly, like, OTKing out of nowhere with this, just Reborn, anything, like your thing with 3k, like Phonics for example. I did this during the tournament. I think it's not debatable. Like, just keep it at 3. Please, Konami. I played in red and Retribution, of course. Like, Retribution is just so good against fusion matchups and ritual like Mitsurugi, but you have a really easy matchup with Mitsurugi anyway, so this doesn't matter. But when you already have like Fallen the Virtuous in hand, just sending this is really good. And in red is like the ultimate choice. I thought about playing white instead of this. I thought about playing both. I never needed white. Like, I really don't like white. I think Branded Red gives so much more options and stuff to do. Being able to be used during the end phase is such a powerful thing. I think I'm gonna play maybe Branded White when Branded Fusion is banned or something. For the free spots, 3 droplet. This is the best breaker. Like, every time I saw this going second, I knew I was gonna win most of the time. And actually, against the White Forest for the main event, not seeing this card was the deal breaker, which is pretty sad, I guess. I lost the dice roll, so I was cooked. 3 Fuwa. I would honestly, if this was not branded, if branded and High Spirit did not exist, I would play this in the side. Like, it's so frustrating to open this, but in any other deck than branded, actually, because in branded this is really funny to see people look at you when you combo with no, actually this when you combo with High Spirits and this, of course, 3 Ash. Like, this is just good going first, sometimes going second. I side it out because who cares about getting ashed this format. And 2 Nibs in the main. I really like Nib. Like, you're unkillable with Nibiru going first, and going second, it deals with like weird stuff sometimes. Even Yummy, when they don't have like Diabell in rotation or something. Anything, any weird matchup, just dealt with this. I've won against like Magnet Warrior once, thanks to this. Maybe it was not really good. I don't know if the deck actually gets hit by Nibiru. I don't know. And for the last two cards, Nadir, that I decided to play in the main. So why I played Nadir Servant is because I wanted combo enabler in the deck, because I used to break a lot when I played the like standard list with failure and stuff, and I was like, dude, I don't want to go first and just pass turn with hand traps. I think that sucks, especially in this format. I want to actually play the game. The interruptions this enables is way better than a single hand trap. Like, this card is so good for Branded, even before Burst Protocol, even after Burst Protocol, because you don't even have to play Maximus anymore. This is just Foolish 2, as Maximus does anyway. I really loved it. I think I'm gonna keep it in the main deck. I see a lot of people playing it in the side, but I want to play as much as I want to play my deck as much as possible, and even going second against things like Draco Tail, for example, like dealing with Secretarion, the traps, the 5 mana, sometimes the Fallen the Virtuous when they go Fallen the White, and going last card in the Dear Servant, doing your combos, setting a Retribution for their follow-up. The best staple for Bread. Period. It's never leaving my deck. So for the extra deck, actually the extra deck is pretty standard at this point. Just the Eclipse, Albion, Rebellion, Titaniclad, Renbroom, Abelinatus, like just the standard stuff. Sanctifier, I think Sanctifier is like the most cuttable card in this extra deck. I needed it once and it wasn't even that good. I think the Fallen the Virtuous Reborn effect just outclasses making a Sanctifier at this point. I played 2 Dogma, like best decision on this list, to be honest. Actually, it helps you play with the Golden Sword Soul more, because you send this with Crankinol, this has Fallen the Virtuous, so that you can, in the end phase, pop your own Crankinol, send the Titaniclad. You have like Crankinol in the grave. With this setup, you can get dropleted your entire board, which can look like Mirror Jade. It may be main deck Ecclesia if I went like Wham, sending Kids Trey Brigade Springans, and I'm gonna keep it this way for Blazing Dominion, I think. Of course, the Mirror Jade. Yeah, your boss monster. To Grignol, I've seen the lists by Andrew Torres, like, which is someone I respect a lot, saying 1 Grignol is enough and 2 Grignols for bad players is not true, I think. It cuts away a lot of the ceiling, in my opinion. Yeah, you'll have a lot of games where you just need 1, but the games where you need a second one is the games where you're going second and High Spirits can reveal a Spellcaster and it gets triggered like right away, or going first, like High Spirits with Spellcaster is your only option, so you send this, make this. You can play this way with only 1, like the combos, like High Spirits for Spellcaster, add Fallen, make Fallen White stuff. It's just not that good in my opinion. I wouldn't not say mandatory, but just 1 felt like I was missing out on a lot of potential in this extra deck. A target for Grignol, I decided to play Lilua Lilith. I've always played Lilua Lilith this format. I did try Proskinion, because a lot of YouTube players like Metagames GX, which I which I like watching sometimes, even though sometimes I do not agree, but it's cool. Um, this was so much better than Briskinian. Like every time I made Briskinian, it was just chilling here and there. This was actually a threat against deck like Radiant Typhoon, um, even Draco Tail if you'd want to negate the Artalian, but this did not really come up. This boosts all your monsters. I went against like a Tempai list. Just making my Merge 35 was enough, which is really funny when you think about it. And I love this card. It's actually really good looking too, so it's a good point in my opinion. And Chaos Tarsos, just the GOAT. This deals with spell traps, which this deck has a hard time with, in my opinion, in my 1.5 years of playing the deck. This is stable actually. You do not get this card. For the side deck, so I played 2 Droll, and I thought about playing it in the main, but I think it's fine in the side, maybe in the main when Blazing Dominion is out, but for now, in the side, I think it was nice. I've never seen it the entire tournaments, but yeah, Droll. 2 Purulia, and not 3. Why not 3? Because this deck does not really need to draw a lot against most matchups in my opinion, and even though what I'm going to say is contradictory, like yes, this is your best Charmy against like Radiant Typhoon, which is really hard to play against, but I've had too much games where I choose too much Charmies, and okay, yeah, double Charmy someone, draw Charmy. Like sometimes you don't even need to resolve a Charmy. I just did not want to break so many Charmies. Like I would actually play like 2 Purulia, 2 Fuwa. Sometimes I cut 1 Fuwa and just play like my side deck cards, because I want to see engine more than hand traps. A lot of the times. Diables. I think like Christia is really bad, and do not play this card. I knew it was bad from the start. Every time I tried it, I just lost to any breaker. At least Diables protects you from breakers, so this is much better. And against things like Sky Striker, which is going to be a lot more represented, against just decks that play a lot of breakers, making this, I think maybe I want to try making this even against decks that are not Radiant Typhoon, but I know can play like Fallen the Virtuous, Droplet, and this kind of stuff, because they will not break your board without breakers. And this deals with breakers. It's also a free pop, which is kind of funny to me. Despite being an illusion, it's actually destructible by battle, which sucks. But yeah, I decided to play 3 double Cyclone. I never saw this card, so I cannot tell you if it was really good or really bad. I wanted to try it. I did not have enough time to try it, and yeah, maybe it's overrated. I don't really know. To dodge flame and pop like the sting, dodge the trap, and like pop anything else, or the trap itself. Actually, the trap itself if you dealt with the link monster. Otherwise, yeah, I'm not so sure about this card. Don't follow my advice on this. I don't really know. I decided to play Failure for the 3 Fuwa on the main deck going first. It was okay. I don't like playing cards that need other stuff to be good, but yeah, this is just replacement for Fuwa when I don't have anything else and the deck doesn't get trolled and stuff. This, actually, I would have loved to play 2 Lightning Storm with this, just for the spell trap removal, because I think actually the theory was this, with this, is just GG against or Radiant Typhoon. You will deal with Phonics and the monster negate So this and this is really good, I think. So because I did not have Lightning Storm, I cannot really tell you if it was working out. And for the last 3 cards, I played 2 Super Poly and Secretarian. I think this is alright against Ricotail. I don't know. I never made this card. I most of the time use this with my Albaz on the field, like just making either or Mirror Jade most of the time, sometimes Dogma. Did not come up a lot, so I'm happy I played 2 instead of 3. 3 felt bricky, with like Droplet and Virtuous anyway. I think 2 is fine. 2 is really fine. And actually, maybe after Blazing Dominion, this could enter in the main. Actually, after Blazing Dominion, I think this could enter in the main. I don't really know. But for now, I'm just gonna play it in the side. And yeah, I think it's just alright. And thank you for watching my deck profile. I hope you liked it. And